Hey guys, I'm about to do my reaction video to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 5, Episode 3, A Life Spent. So basically, everybody's on the space station right now, trapped in the future. Coulson, after being saved from I guess they call it a renewal, in which basically the Kree have human beings like fighting among themselves when they have the implants in their arm go off. Now they're indebted to this and it was like grill or something, like this guy who like forces them to do like blacksmith work. Daisy was the only one. Daisy and May are the only one that didn't get indebted or caught to this guy. So now they're trying to work on trying to learn more about what happened to Earth and the apocalypse. And then, although Daisy is being told by this guy named Deeks that it was his fault for why the world ended, and that she which doesn't make any sense, because how can she physically be there for and how can she be responsible for events she wasn't there for? But I guess that's why they're going to investigate further. I still am going with my whole Thanos theory, but we're going to see like what answers it's going to lead to and see if I'm proven wrong.
We have a problem, and for your sake, I pray you can fix it.
Think you're kind of deflecting from what I told you about.
I'm not deflecting because I didn't do it.
Yeah, that's what deflecting is.
How could I split the world apart? My powers aren't that strong. I am not that strong.
Maybe not yet, but you will be.
And how do you know that?
Because planet Earth went from smooth to chunky, and Quake is the one who did it.
And you don't think I'd remember that?
Well, actually, not according to the multiverse theory. You probably never heard of it, but in quantum physics, there's a theory that for every universe, there are infinite parallel universes. So in my universe, you destroyed the planet. Maybe that just hasn't happened in...
So what universe did that just happen in? Mine or yours?
Oh, no.
No seas tonto, deja de arriesgarte por mí.
No lo hice por ti. I was trying to get a look inside that office. Grill's keeping that scroll in the cabinet behind his desk.
That thing might get us into the levels where they're keeping Simmons.
Well, he's got a handgun in there, too.
Humans aren't allowed to have guns.
Except for murder sports, apparently.
Well, the point being, we need to tread lightly. Now, Yo-Yo, if you can get in there, maybe we can get that scroll back.
Nice work, Mac.
You see? Not stupid.
You and your friend here did us a kindness, taking a life.
Yeah.
But you still owe me a double haul.
Do I? You never mentioned it. Look, I'll need a few crushers if you want me to pack the belly full on that thing. Got anyone expendable?
Take the agitator and his friend. No big loss if one of these jokers gets caught in the nets.
If you say so. Please.
No, you need to learn.
What did you do to her?
She's doing it to herself. It's your problem now. Fix it.
Yeah, they're gone. It's okay. What's your name? Abby. How long have you had seizures, Abby? You can talk to me. I'm a doctor. Oh, have you always?
Only since Genesis.
You're inhuman.
Yes. And if I'm not ready for the ceremony, I don't know what's gonna happen to me.
He was doing recon. You said he was in the trawler all the time? I think he was searching for something. These numbers, they're objects in space, right?
Yeah, he kept track of them.
Well, this one kept showing up over and over, this one specific part of Earth.
616. Sure, it's one of the larger segments, but I've
Easter
been
egg.
there. It's just a chunk of dead rock.
Well, maybe he hid something out that way. I don't know, but we have to check it out. The answer to why we're here might be out there.
Then we go.
I'd rather not go where no one can hear you scream, but okay.
I want to help you guys, but I'm already on the hook for a double haul. Cover our tracks, and if there's so much as a hiccup...
See how you all just got quiet? That's why I'm coming on this run.
Or not.
The hell is that?
It's the lost knob.
Virgil was talking to someone.
Busted. I'm gonna enjoy this.
You got everyone secured to the wall?
That's right.
Good.
I didn't mean to do that.
No, but that was impressive. You're powerful.
Well, not if I can't do it when I actually want
Yeah.
to.
But you can. It's mind over matter. Or in your case, the literal matter that makes up your body. Think of this place. You see a table, this picture, and outside the stars. Millions of them. All of that. Every part in the universe is made of the same thing. Protons, neutrons, electrons. And you know what's between those tiny particles? Space. Infinite space.
Okay.
Your body is like a field of stars. But you're special. You can control the space between the stars.
The space between the stars.
Imagine it. Close your eyes and imagine it. I'll try again.
I've never been able to hold it steady like this before.
That's good. Just remember this feeling.
I lost it.
It's okay. Takes months to master a talent.
Or perhaps much less time.
Abby, with me.
No, wait. We need more time.
Let's all hope not. I look forward to your performance.
Live? That's what I thought.
This is what I do. My friend's life is on the line, so I'll figure something out.
Yo, so you're just all in totally blind, huh? What's a stupid way to play even if you have a good hand?
It's gonna blow back on you.
This has nothing to do with me. If you pick a fight with the Blues, they are gonna take it out on all of us. Today's renewal was for 3 people. Tomorrow could be for 30. Death comes easy here.
Which is why I need to get to Simmons now. So if I were you, I'd get out of my way.
You've already destroyed the world once. I am not gonna let you do it again.
This has been fun, but I've got someplace to be. So not as stealth as I hoped.
You were right. It's a rare occasion that I'm surprised, but we can count this among them.
I told you she'd find her way down here.
Right,
Demonstrating her
bastard.
powers, no less. That right there is a weapon of mass destruction. Tied up in one pretty little package, all for you. And we can talk about price later, but I expect that you'll be more than fair.
So this is...
I'll kill you. I swear.
Sorry, sweetheart. I'm just playing the long game.
Okay, so I thought Deke was a dirty coward. I couldn't stand this character before, and I still can't stand him now, because especially given the fact that he's essentially sold Daisy out to Cassius to cover his own ass. But, you know, I would expect nothing less considering he's a dirty coward and a racketeer and just wanting to just look out for himself at this point. At least with Eve, she's, you know, like I mentioned before, she's jaded and is willing to help them out because she gets closer with Virgil, at least Coulson and company, by accompanying them on their mission to the Earth's surface. But here's the weird thing about watching that, basically just watching that whole scene is like, it's the way it was way that the outer space exterior was shot about this, the spaceship traveling through what's left of Earth's atmosphere through space. So the fact that they only have one establishing shot where Cassie has set up set up a base like out away from the space station where he resides on what remains of the Earth's surface, which is designated 616, which I like the Easter egg for. Those of you who don't know, that's a reference to Earth 616. That's the number designation of Earth for the main Marvel Comics continuity. Or at least that's what it was prior to Secret Wars 2, which is basically their own like crescent infinite Earths were combined, Earth 616 and Earth 1600, which was basic, the latter of which was the ultimate Marvel comics continuity. So it was kind of cool that had that little shout out. I also I like the little shout out to when the Inhuman was fighting the gladiator, fighting that masked gladiator, and how she basically, when she used her density power, she was able to focus, and the guy punched her in the chest. That it had like the same effects of breaking his bones in his body as it did when the dude who tried to punch Luke Cage in the beginning of his series. And I don't know, like I'm not buying this guy who's like so regal and narcissistic and like, you know, indulging himself in this life of luxury. Like he's like the one who's like taken over what's left of humanity now. I feel like he's got to be some kind of like regent for the Kree, because I figured like, I don't know. I mean, I guess like they have like a militia on the space station, but it just felt like there would be more of, I don't know, I guess like a more like aggressive, a sort of a kind of like military power, and the people who are enslaved are like the ones who he's just like doing business where they have Gemma, you know, working as his slaves, and then apparently, you know, Inhumans are selling onto the black market to continue live to this other alien race and continue living his life of luxury. And I don't know, like I don't know. For some reason, I'm just not buying him as like the ultimate authority in this like future dystopia. For some reason, like there's got to be like, I just feel like there's got to be like somebody high, you know, somebody higher up. Like I say, he's got to be a regent to some kind of I don't know, Kree hierarchy, for lack of better terms. And I can understand like E's motivation of like wanting to throw Zev out of the airlock. I kind of go blame her, and I kind of like would have wanted to do that too, just because, you know, like I feel like it's either she's living in this world where it's either killed or be killed, and there's so little of humanity left, and they've been driven to like fight for survival more than everything, and fight among themselves to the point where it's just, and I guess like it keeps like I said, like the stuff like the renewal and the frame, I guess like the framework 2.0, I guess we can call it, by Deke is you know, keeps everybody docile and keep them from wanting to rebel. But it was nice that she was able to take a third option, in which they brought I mean, it was kind of screwed things up with, it's like Zev, who was like followed them, cutting the fuel line to the ship, in which they had to go back to the space station. But going back to what I mentioned before, or what I should have mentioned, the shot of the spaceship, like the exterior, it looks like it's flying away from 616, but all indications but from all indications from the last two episodes, that they're on a space station. And the prior shots from that episode showed the spaceship flying towards 616, but it just seems like whenever they went to jump the scenes with Coulson and May and Mac and Tess, it's like the ship was flying away from 616, and then when they cut the fuel line, it says, oh, we got to go back because we don't have enough fuel to get to the Earth's surface. They had to fly, like the shot shows them like flying towards 616. So they really like stood out like a sore thumb, and that's kind of like, you know, like the devil's in the details. You know, somebody like editors really, like the editor, whoever edited this episode's really got to be more mindful of that. So it was just like, I don't know how that was, something like that got completely overlooked, other than just like pure carelessness. But Daisy just wanting to go in and just rescue Gemma when they were trying to, you know, because they didn't know where she was, so I guess they didn't realize that she was on the Earth on 616 as well. But at least they were realizing that the little globe that Virgil was carrying around did have a key, which he was using as like a radio transmission to somebody who set up base on 616. And even though Zev was sent to die in on a part of the earth that was almost uninhabitable, and it was like little atmosphere left. There was still enough atmosphere for at least Zeb to survive long enough before getting like attacked and eaten by the roaches. And of course, like I kind of hope Daisy is like lives up to her is like a woman of her word and like does kill D, because I can't really stand this character, and it's just like if he gets killed off, like I'll feel about as bad for him as I did for Ramsay Bolton getting it eaten by his dogs on Game of Thrones, to be quite honest. But I guess the problem is that he's so unlikable that they're not going to kill him anytime soon because there's no dramatic impact from that. And Coulson is kind of, I mean, we know Coulson's taken become more cynical since his early days, since like since like season 1 of Shield, especially with the whole Hydra conspiracy, and the agency being reduced in terms of like resources. But now the fact that they're trapped in this future, now he's starting to wonder, like, will he ever gonna get back? May's hell-bent on it just because of the fact that she spent so much, because of her experiences from season 4, that is like you said, she deserves to lie in her own bed. And I liked the special effects for Yo-Yo still look great, and and she was able to, like, every time Grill was able to eat a little bit of his soup that and he wasn't looking, she would kind of like zip around and cause like almost like kind of signal interference with her mech trick that he had to like take it out, and it was long enough for her to like run, grab the scroll from his locker, and then pass it off to Daisy. And it's also cool that it's really smart of her to not reveal that she's also an Inhuman, especially since now we know what happens to Inhumans in this future dystopia. And being able to plant that gun on Zeb and take the third option of having him framed and punished for breaking the rules by carrying a weapon on him, even though humans aren't supposed to have weapons. Although the irony is that Grill is keeping that gun in his locker anyway, presumably for whenever like a renewal was taking place, and it's just, but like of course, like the thing is that because Yo-Yo made a public display out of it, he had to like set an example and punish him for it just to save his own hide. I don't know. I didn't enjoy this episode as much as previous episodes because it felt mostly like filler. And I mean, I guess like the plot will kind of thicken in like episode 4 now that like Daisy's gonna fight in the gladiator ring. Although given how powerful she is, I'm not really worried about her. I was more interested to see if Coulson and the rest of and everybody else can make it back to 616, and see who meet up with Virgil's contact, and at the same time maybe they'll be able to get Simmons back. And I feel like, I mean, obviously they're all gonna, when we get to the surface, and kind of reunite. And I'm kind of wondering, just like how, I guess that's just how they're gonna get what's gonna happen exact. I guess just like who the contact's gonna be, and I'm still wondering how Virgil got that postcard from. So my theory on that is, well, I know in episode 5 it's supposed to be a Fitz-centric episode in which takes place in present day, in which Fitz is struggling to find a way to rescue Coulson and company. He's going to reunite with Lance Hunter as well as Polly and Robin. I guess Hilton. They were basically the mother and the wife and daughter of the Inhuman from back in season 3, Charles Hilton, who gave people glimpses, who whenever he touched somebody, he gave them glimpses of their deaths. And so my thoughts are is that Virgil's last name is, sorry, not Hilton, Hinton. So my my theory is that Virgil is actually, his last name is Hinton. He's actually a descendant of Charles, and that, I don't know, maybe somehow he's able to, I guess, preserve that postcard about sending that message to the future, and that's how he's able to learn about the agents of Shield and Coulson and everybody, and research their that was one way of how he researched their history. He was kind of like their unofficial contact of sorts. So I figured that's going to be like the big twist of how Fitz was able to send him that postcard in the future. And we get to just figure out what he's going to do in terms of like trying to get them back, and like what he's been up to, considering he wasn't one of the people taken and sent through that monolith. But anyway, guys, what do you think of the episode? Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. If you like this video, like, share, and subscribe, and I will talk to you guys soon. Take care.